Hey guys, Ben here going through your video analysis. Just been watching your swings for a little while. I just wanted to go over some things that I think you can work on in regards to taking your swing to the next level. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to talk about your stance. I think your stance looks really good as far as for a starting position. I like where your knees are. They're staying inside of our feet. I like where your hand position are. I like them probably just a hair higher. Your bat angle's fine. Your eyes are on the baseball. So all in all, a very good start. You're nice and good with our posture, nice straight line with our posture. So all in all, in regards to our mechanics of our start, everything looks in pretty good shape here. So the next area that we're going to focus on is we're going to go into our land foot. One thing I do notice right off the bat is when you go, you just go forward. So if I start from kind of this line here, you'll notice that typically hitters, they'll get something back before they go forward, and you'll notice right here that you don't go back at all, we just go forward. I think something that can really help you with your power and your timing a little bit is to make sure that you start nice and 50-50, but let's have something kind of sway back before we go forward, and that will create more power for you as you get a little bit older. So just something to work on. Stand in on a pitcher's pitch. You can work on maybe just rocking back just a hair. We call it a load or a trigger or a coil. A lot of guys call it different things, but bottom line is you want to create some load in your swing, and I think that might help you with your power. We also got to make sure when you do that you don't overcompensate and load up and then go totally forward, because what's happening a little bit when I see is when you go forward, then everything comes off the backside. So one thing I do want to talk about on this swing particularly is what's called casting, and if I get to this spot right here, you can see that bottom arm is beginning to straighten out on me. And the other thing that's happening too is your butt is your backside is beginning to go out, and you're beginning to go over. Now, if I believe right, I think this was a bad pitch, so you can go know that you're trying to go to get it. So we'll just go to the next swing here in a minute. But this is a good rule of thumb that when I go to swing, you can see that bottom arm kind of cast it out. It came towards the camera instead of having your hands go towards the pitcher. So what you want to really focus on is you want to take this knob right here and really take your hands and have your hands, I want to have the first movement go this way. And what's happening is if you draw a picture around that knob, your first movement with that knob is towards the camera. And I want it to be towards the pitcher. So as I slow down here, you'll see frame by frame, you'll see this first movement right there begin to go out towards the camera, and that bottom hand begins to lock out on me, which is called casting. You can see your hands go back, but you can see that elbow is beginning to lock out on that lower arm, on that bottom hand. And it's very important to make sure that at this point of our swing, that knob needs to start going towards the pitcher. And you can see it's still going back, and then it's going to go out towards the camera and around. So just something to really work on maybe the one-handed drill where you only have the bottom hand, and you want to focus on that knob starting your swing to go towards the pitcher. Now, once that knob reaches your belly button, then that barrel has to make sure that it comes, because don't focus on too much knob where you're just going to push your hands towards the pitcher. Right around that belly button or that stomach area, that barrel needs to start releasing and getting through the ball. So something just to be aware about. The other thing is making sure that you never have to lose. Don't ever give up your posture. You can see even if there was a bad pitch, your posture's being compensated and you're going forward. You can see that you're leaning over, and that's something to really work on to not really lose that posture. I'm going to go ahead and go to that next swing because I think this was just a bad swing in regards to because it was a bad pitch. So let's go ahead and go to swing number 2. Again, your mechanics are pretty good from your start. Good position. This one you do get loaded back a little bit, which I like. A little bit of a hip slide. Whereas if I go back here, you can see that those front hips kind of begin at back foot. That hips just really kind of slide on me a little bit. But you do get yourself loaded back just a hair. Get the contact here. Contact here, you're in pretty good shape. I need to be a little bit more aggressive with my lower half. But from a picture standpoint, you're in pretty good shape at this right here. You have a nice angle in your leg. Your front foot's nice and firm. Your head's on the baseball. You're looking down the barrel of the ball. This one is in pretty good shape in regards to your finish here. We do need to get more power out of your lower half. We need to have a better approach in regards to those hands, because as you know here, as my hands go back, you can see that that bottom arm is really locking out right now. It locks out too early. We don't go with that knob ahead, and that's going to leave us on faster pitching. It's going to make us late. So right there, you can see that that lower arm is pretty much locked out. And then what that's going to do is that's going to make us long to the ball. And also when I lock it out, you'll see that my hands drop on me. You don't want your hands are almost below your, right at your belly button right now, where you don't want them to be that low yet. As I lock my arms out, it drops my hands too quick, which makes me going to be underneath the ball, or I'm not going to be as quick to the ball as I can. So standing on pitchers and really taking some pitches, we need to get more power in your legs. We need to do a little bit of a load and really be aggressive with the lower half. What you want to do is you want to try to take this back knee into the front knee and really be aggressive and really be violent with that turn. And it doesn't have to be a turn, it just has to be a weight shift where that knee just goes. You want to take that back knee down into the front knee, down into the front foot, so I can work downhill, but I need to be a lot more aggressive on the lower half. So and just good drills with that is one-handed drills, where you can just work on just getting a really light bat and focusing on having the knob start and then releasing the barrel, and then also having where you can stand in and work on pitches or work off the tee, where you can really be violent with that lower half. So those are the couple things that I see that are going to make a big difference in regards to your swing here. Make sure when you're done swinging that you're not too far back with your weight, that you get a little bit higher on that back leg. Could be pretty important in regards to your power here. So those are the couple things on those couple swings. Let's take out one more look at a swing here, see if there's another pitch. You can see right here that again that arm kind of came down. When that first movement is back, you got to make sure that that first movement is your hands go up and away, and right now they're going kind of down and back. So when you get there, then it's going to make sure that when those hands go back, they're going to be able to go down. So you can see that bottom arm is completely locked at this point, which is way too early. So we need to make sure that you can just take one hand and rest the bat on your shoulder and just practice with wiffle balls and a really light bat, just taking it off your shoulder and going right to the baseball, because we're really casting here, which is going to take away power in the upper half, making us late, and on the lower half it's going to take away power. So mechanically you're in pretty good shape at contact. It's just between start and contact is the things we really got to work on. So hopefully you can go work on this. Look forward to seeing you for your next video, and have a good day.